Oh, brilliant. Okay, that's good. Okay, thank you very much everybody for attending. This is the Sandwich Tollbridge Fund extraordinary meeting of the Museum and Archives. And item number 1 is apologies for absence received. Do we have any apologies?
Yes, thank you, Mr. Mayor. We have apologies from Councillor Black for a personal commitment, Councillor Fortescue, personal commitment, Councillor Marie, work commitment, Councillor Morehouse, personal commitment, and Councillor Anderson, personal commitment. And just to let everybody know, Councillor Payton is here substituting Councillor Black this evening.
Thank you very much for deputising, Martin. That's very kind.
Well, he's a hard act to follow, but
Indeed, thank you. So, do we have any declarations of interest, to receive any declarations of disclosable pecuniary interest from members in respect of business to be transacted on the agenda this evening? Do we have any declarations? That's good, that's no. And then the next one is public participation. 20-minute session is set aside for members of the public to make representations at this meeting in respect of the business on the agenda. Individual representation should not exceed 5 minutes. Written notice of the desire to exercise the right to speak together with the topic to be addressed must be given to the town clerk at least 4 hours prior to the meeting. Do we have any public participation?
No requests today.
Thank you very much. Item number 4, minutes of the Museum and Archive Committee meeting. Members to receive and approve minutes from the Museum and Archives meeting which took place on the 29th of January 2025. This is attachment number 1. A decision is required and I just want to point out that I was not present at that meeting, so I will not be voting on the minutes. But if there was anybody that was present at that meeting, if they could propose and second. So we've got a proposal from Councillor Ripley and Councillor Franklin who's seconding that. And all those in favour? I'm abstaining as well, thank you.
Thank you very much.
So those have been passed then, which is good. Item number 5 is update on the website timescales. And this is for members to receive an update on the timescales of the website development project. This is attachment number 2. And what I'll do is I'll bring in the museum manager just to explain the situation, if that's okay.
Yeah. So the website development plan was agreed before the museum was asked to submit the accreditation return, and the reasoning for it was because the subscriptions, the hosting and the domain would run out at the beginning of this year, but accreditation has taken priority. So basically what has been done is the domain has been transferred to the new host, and there's a temporary site, although I've noticed I need to just fix a couple of things with it, but it is up there. It's the information is the same from the previous site, but by doing that we've avoided paying £250 for a subscription on the previous platform for another year. And this, we were going to pay for the domain, the old domain anyway, for another year. I think that renews in April. But it just means that when accreditation is done, we're not restricted by that sort of deadline. There's plenty of time, hopefully, to do that. And if something did come up and there was a problem, the domain, it costs about £10 a year, so it's not a huge amount of money. So that's the situation.
Brilliant, thank you very much for that update. Did anybody have any queries on this matter? So, if not, no, that's good. So I'd just like somebody to propose and second receiving that report about the temporary secretary. Councillor Ripley and Councillor Mallet. And all those in favour, please show. Green card, thank you, that's unanimous. Thank you very much on that item. Item number 6 is the collections documentation plan, and this is for members to receive and update the updated collections documentation plan, and this is attachment 3 and 3A, and the decision is required on this. Has everybody had time to look at it?
recommend approval.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. And did anybody have any queries or questions on this? It has been reviewed before, so. No? Okay then, so we've got Councillor Franklin and Councillor Knight. All those in favour of the collection plan, please show. Thank you very much. Item number 7 is the collections, care and conservation plan, and this is for members to receive the updated collections, care and conservation plan. This is attachments 4 and 4A. Decision is required on this one, and I've seen this been all updated with the good practice, best practice, and of course the rag rating. There are quite a number of pink and red areas in there. I don't know if everybody saw that, but they were areas that are sort of beyond our control, I believe. Did you want to update us on this one?
You have had this plan before, but because of developing the forward plan, the timescales changed, just to make them more realistic. In terms of the pink and red areas, I actually think the museum, so I assessed against benchmarks, but the benchmarks that we do meet are just not included because we meet them at the moment anyway. So it looks like there's a lot of areas that we don't meet, but actually there's probably quite a lot that we do, but they're just not in the plan. And some areas are more difficult to achieve, but we'll see how the plan goes, and it will be reassessed against those benchmarks again. So hopefully it's a realistic plan.
Yeah, oh definitely, I think so. Did anybody have any comments at all on?
No, I recommend approval.
Oh, right, okay then, yeah, sure. Anybody second that one at all? That's Councillor Ripley there. So could you all just show if you approve of that? Thank you, that one has been passed, thank you very much. Item number 8 is the user development plan, and this is members to receive the updated user development plan. This is attachment 5 and 5A, and a decision is required on this one as well here. I thought this was really good. I particularly like the statistics and all the figures and everything like that. I think that should be available, hopefully available to all the councillors to gives a good view on everything. You know.
So these will go to the trustee, so everyone will be able to see them.
Oh, that's good news. Did you have any updates for us that you wanted to give?
This is the same situation again, so I think it might have, I don't think you were in the meeting that this plan was on the agenda for, but again it's just adjustments to the timescales, so
Oh, that's
just
good.
an update in
That's
relation to the
okay.
whole plan.
Oh, thank you very much. So did anybody have any questions or items on this one? I believe it's been proofread and corrected, isn't it? Yeah, so I'm quite happy to propose this one. This is a really good document actually. And Councillor Ripley, I thought was second, was it? And then all those in favour? Thank you, that's passed as well. And then item number 9 was the access plan, members to receive the museum's access plan, and this is attachment 6 and 6A. Once again, a decision is required on this one here, and I think it's sort of highlighted quite a lot of areas where sort of improvements are needed, isn't it, really? So,
It's got the toilets in it, and it's a bit. We go into private toilets in the museum, don't we? Just don't use the public toilet. Anyone comes at the weekend, because the rest of the building's shut up, isn't it?
So the museum has to have an access plan. This is a new document. It wasn't ready for the last meeting we had, and we were lucky enough to have an access audit that we were about these museum developments. So that was really useful. The person visited and looked at the museum, but we talked about the rest of the Guildhall and kind of how the space is used. So she did actually assess most of the building, which is really useful anyway. So I have the full access audit for pretty much the whole building, and it extends out to kind of car park provisions and things like that as well. So it's really useful. Yeah, it's again, there's things that are hard to achieve because of the fact that the building is listed and the space. There's lots of issues like that, but there are things that we can do to make improvements. And again, we probably, I think, because of accreditation required to have another audit in a certain amount of years, maybe 5 years. So we can do that and see if there's maybe longer term things that come up.
Of course.
Yeah, it's really useful.
Good. Yeah, I thought it was excellent. I thought it was really good. It was a bit of a bonus to have that and to have the grant as well.
Whole building, wasn't it?
Yeah, we didn't expect that. So, yeah. Did anybody have any comments about the access plan at all? No? Any issues? Obviously, there was a number of issues, but obviously there are things that, as the museum manager said, we haven't got control.
I like the access for the kitchen, you can have a coffee. I think we got a coffee with a cafe.
That's true. So, all right, so we've got Councillor Franklin's recommending approval. Councillor Mallet is happy to second that. All those in favour of the access plan? That's really good. Thank you very much. And then item number 10 is the forward plan budget, and this is members to receive the museum's forward plan and budget, and this is attachment number 7 and 7A, and decision is required on this. I thought this was really good. I thought it laid out so much. There's a lot of work obviously gone into this document, and how it's been laid out is sort of very professional. You know, so I think it's fantastic, and particularly to do with the finances. I mean, that was really well laid out. So I was very pleased with that. So I don't think we're up to pre-COVID figures with some of the things, but it looks like it's all getting there. So it's a great improvement. You know, each year it's a better improvement. So, Councillor Pennington.
Yeah, I'm not sure. I'm having problems with my email opening. I'm not sure if this is the point at which Councillor Black had commented on the leaflet issue,
Yes.
the visitor survey. I'm grateful for the replies from the museum manager, which I think cover Councillor Black's comments to some extent. I think what's said is fairly reasonable, but just to underline what I think is really important is to improve the awareness of the museum, particularly within the town itself. Because I think there are lots of people, firstly, existing residents, and secondly, those moving into the town and the surroundings. I would hope maybe even through the St. Ports it would be possible to spread the word and improve the publicity.
I think that's why it's important to have the temporary exhibition space, otherwise it's stale, isn't it? You know, people say, oh, I've been in there. But if you do, 2 or 3 times a year, have a temporary exhibition on, I think that brings people in. You can then advertise the temporary exhibition and it brings them back in.
That's right.
Especially with the schools and things.
Should we call in the museum manager on this?
Yeah, so Councillor Black specifically referred to leaflets and putting them through doors, especially new houses coming up in the area. And so just my response, we will be redeveloping the leaflet. There's some updates that need to be made to, especially the contact details and things like that. And obviously if the website URL changes, then that makes sense. So my response was that that seems like a good idea. Obviously we have to look at budgeting and how much it costs, but it makes sense to wait until the leaflet's updated, I think. Also the town council now has the magazine, so that will hold us, sort of support us in that area anyway.
going to mention that, so.
Our edits
Yeah.
are over there.
And also in relation to the forward plan, there were a couple of little corrections from Councillor Black which I've made and will be
That's
made on
right,
the
I saw.
copy when the trustee receives it.
Exactly, yeah, I saw that, so, which is good. And as I say, usually, I'm not really one, if somebody's not able to make a meeting, I think they should sort of pass those items through to the officer required to raise them or bring them up. But thank you for raising those issues as well, Councillor Pennington.
Could I just add
Indeed,
the budgets?
please.
So the Arts Council request the budget for the current financial year and the subsequent year. So the version that you're seeing will be revised obviously at the end of this financial year. So they might receive one that's ever so slightly different, but it shouldn't be hopefully much not too different. But yeah, obviously the finance officer is supporting that. So.
Of course, oh super, thank you very much for that.
You know the budget, you know when you get the donations, can you use them to purchase stock?
Yeah.
You know, it all goes into the...
So all of this money, the income and the income on here, you can see there's a breakdown of what we estimate will come in from donations, and then shop is the other income basically on there, and then any other things.
I might got some more euros in May. She charged me the current price, I've got to get mates rates.
There you go.
Same if we go to Belgium.
So with the forward plan, did I have a proposer and a seconder for the forward plan? Councillor King, Councillor Franklin. And all those in favour of the forward plan being approved? So, thank you very much, and that's been passed as well. Well done on that, that's good. Item number 11 is confidential matters to resolve under the Public Bodies Admissions to Meetings Act 1960 in accordance with the Standing Order 5.1.2 to exclude the press and public on grounds that publicity would be prejudicial to the public interest by reason of the confidential nature of the business to be transacted. And this is in relation to item number 1, information. I've just lost it now. Oh, sorry, thank you very much. Information relating to security at the Guildhall Museum. A decision is required on this. So, thank you very much. You're asking for that. Oh, big one, sorry. Councillor Franklin's proposing and Councillor Mount Saki. All those in favour to go into confidential?